Ledger is generally intended as a platform where we build our own business on top of the blockchain and offer other people to build their businesses on that same blockchain as well, through Open Ledger services and basically solutions that we offer using the blockchain technology. This is why we basically have called Open Ledger a blockchain-powered, people-driven platform. We have here basically the subheader is Open Ledger, the gateway to crowdfunding 3.0, and of course that in itself is a lot of, we're putting a lot of pressure on ourselves, and we want that. I want to tell that basically Open Ledger in so many ways is the answer to NASDAQ on the blockchain. I mean, everything that you have on Open Ledger, the shorting, the longing, and everything inside, we have whitelisting, blacklisting, etc. This is really, we even have the aliases, like I mentioned here. Everything you do when you send money on this blockchain is based on names and not on addresses, and they are unique, every single one of them. So that gives you a little added power to that as well. On Open Ledger, we basically say that you are given the possibilities to trade, invest, and grow. You can trade in the sense, like I just mentioned, short, long, sell, buy, and basically do everything a trader on NASDAQ could do. You can invest in Open Ledger, APS, by saying that is basically we are building ecosystems on Open Ledger or on the platform BitShares, and all of them together will actually amount to a value in Open Ledger itself. And by growing, we mean basically as an investor, we help everybody to choose from these startups and businesses that we introduce on our general mail-outs and presentations. And as a startup, we give the startup the advice and solutions from start to finish. As I just said here, we are Open Ledger. It's basically built on a decentralized conglomerate idea. It's great to be able to say that we are the world's first blockchain-powered conglomerate, and by definition, the first decentralized one. We even made a paper on it, so it's out there on the internet. If you actually look up decentralized conglomerate, I hope you will find ours as the only one. It does allow, basically multiple organizations to join forces in this way, and like it is on the conglomerates in general, it is like saying this cross-promotional activity that each ecosystem is doing is, what can you say, rubbing off on each other, and in the end, the DC in total will benefit. It's all one big happy ecosystem that looked in this way, and of course everybody is supporting each other for the maximum growth. See here, what we have is what we call, you minimize your risk by diversifying, maximize your investments, and in my idea, I'm the visionary, the entrepreneur, and all of this in this concept. Basically, this is all coming from my visions. I mean, everything here. I am the co-founder, and my other partner is it's like a sleeping partner in so many ways. He is, however, also an administrative part of our staff. We amount of something like 35 people at the moment. So we have actually created an official token of this whole decentralized conglomerate called OBITS. We've managed to create a platform on the base of on DEX, on the decentralized exchange, and on top of that we have then created a decentralized conglomerate where you see basically a crowdfunding solution initially activated by CCDK. We call it Open Ledger now, actually. For branding purposes, everything is meant to be Open Ledger. It will have to be the new Facebook, Google. I mean, that's what I say. When you say Google, Facebook, and Apple, you also say Open Ledger. In future, of course. So we have already built ecosystems. We have the advertising, Hub DSP based on programmatic advertising. Programmatic advertising, real-time bidding services there in this way. It's an awesome tool. We have two projects coming up, a gift card exchange where the people actually originate from Boston. We have another one, the stock market of apps, like a Kickstarter for the blockchain. They originate from Los Angeles. Both of them needs our legal framework in Denmark to actually be able to take it the other way and go out and offer it to the world, to avoid FinSec issues and all this. We have another one called a growth platform. This is incubators for game growth. We have started our own. I mean, the first one is our Dynamis GeoGame project launching on the 15th of May on the Dinosaur Day, the International Dinosaur Day. So we will see that all over the world. And we have another one, a freelancing platform called eDev, and we use the domain 1 for that one. So that might interest you. And we have also, of course, Open Ledger 1 additionally, but we use openledger.info. Yes. So this one I've already gone through a bit, but here you have basically the definitions of the DEX. You know, everything you do, you trade assets in real time, securely, and with ultra low fees. And you know, the real time transactions, we're talking up to 3,800 transactions per second. So it is really close. We say almost as close as, you know, speed as NASDAQ, yeah?
Bitcoin transactions are like 4 to 7
minutes
transactions per second. Much slower.
Bitcoin is minutes. I mean, you have an immediate, but it's minutes.
Yeah.
This is seconds.
4 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is seconds. So 3,800 transactions per second. And inside each transaction is also operations. So you can have hundreds of operations inside each transaction, which allows the whole system, of course, to be, I mean, based on the blocks and all that. We have witnesses, committees, and all that. It is really the first financial trading platform really actively used. We have other asset exchanges like Ethereum, NEM, Waves, Omni Group based on Bitcoin, Counterparty Group, and you know, they're independent also, but yeah. Then we have the OBITs, I mentioned that already as the official currency. Like a comparison to Bitcoin, basically, which we already defined, that is a currency based, you know, currency as such. OBITs as a currency, it actually, when you compare it to Bitcoin, it brings a consistent wealth in the form of profit splits from the very same organization of OpenLedger DC. OBITs token owners, they're entitled to proportional share on, you know, present and future projects, all based on this decentralized structure. Yes, and they will be paid back in the form of buybacks. Very nice for people.
The more OBITs, the larger percentage of the OBITs you own, the more ownership you have in the companies that are part of the conglomerate. Is that?
Yes, the more you have ownership in the revenues related to the companies operated. It's very important to differentiate
between revenue share as opposed to ownership.
We are not talking equity, we're talking revenues. Okay. It's very important when you talk, when we're speaking decentralized activities and all that. Especially the US, they are very after you when you start speaking equity. Yeah? So we want to allow as many people in the world to be able to take part in our platform, and we offer the buyback instead of dividends, again for the same reason. You have a passive way of earning income by buybacks, because you are reducing the total supply, and at one certain time you would actually be able, obviously if you increase the revenues and you reduce the supply, one has to imagine that there will be a certain time when the value is higher. Again, you never, there's no guarantee, yeah? Yes, I already mentioned that. So, and basically with this platform, you could say, we were thinking we already have crowdfunding solutions based on donations and equity. So what we come up with on the base of the platform here is a third solution based on initial token offering. So what we go out and we actually offer startups all over the world to help crowdfund their prototype or product based on token asset, or what can you say, token crowdfunding, token sales. The value comes of course from the amounts crowdfunded via Bitcoin, even fiat or other kind of cryptocurrencies. And the return value comes with the tokens, where they will eventually see the profits from the buybacks, from the revenues used for buyback. And you can always actually sell this specific token on the platform against a buy wall. So you have an exit option as well. This is one of the most important things that we've been working on, is really to create that exit option for everybody. This is not normal for any other kind of crowdfunding session where you have exit options. You're kind of saying, okay, here you go, bye-bye. You're on your own now. Can you try to see if it works? No,
the video.
Yeah? Just a little.
How long is the video?
You need to say enter. You can say, it should work, yeah? You should say enter. Did you push? It worked before, so it should be.
Yeah.
Are you not online?
I am, I think.
Click on again.
You
should take away the.
You can't click
Cancel
Take-
first.
You should take away this one here.
escape.
Yeah, and then enter.
Why is it enter?
Yeah, but escape first.
You need that one out. Yeah.
No.
Okay, that
We'll
we'll have to see after. So let's go for the next ones.
Okay.
So imagine you saw the movie. So can we go up again? You're missing, I think. Yeah. So basically, let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. So of course, with the crowdfunding solution we offer, basically businesses can fund the idea with this token. Yeah. You're jumping. Wow. So what I wanted to say is, essentially, this ITO is really the instrument which every startup can use to fund the idea. Okay. So our solutions really go, like we say, we take the startup from by the hand and go through, basically do the due diligence, find out if their concept is actually fully compliant in all the ways. There's no good in actually presenting a business to the world if it already lacks the necessary things to pull through. So we have people in the back, amongst others my COO, who's going in and doing that part. Obviously, based on the scalable ideas that we want, we need so many more. Who knows, maybe Chainalysis comes in there. But just so you have an idea here, you can see what we take, from start to finish. All the things about issuing, marketing, we have the legal analysis part, the public relations, the crowdfunding technology. The asset issuing is very important that we are actually in charge of, because that allows us to make sure that these people are not, creating additional tokens and dumping the markets and such things, yeah? So it is another part of the exit option, allowing investors always to feel safe and secure, okay? Yes. This crowdfunding is basically powered by a digital token called ICO. We call it, initial coin offering, open ledger. Now we changed the idea a little. This is what we do also. We basically evolve with everything we learn. So we try to adapt to the market and to the requirements, the compliant clients is needed and so on. So we call it basically ITO now and not ICO, initial token offering, well thinking that in the US they don't like the coin part. So we go in and say token because it related to the asset, and in this way much more, what can you say, almost like in Denmark where you don't consider cryptocurrencies for any value whatsoever. Yes, so we basically come up with this, the ICO, we actually named it the Economic Enterprise Engine in this sense, and calling it Crowdfund 3. We have already experienced, done the block pay, we did a pre-ICO with that, where they collected 1,000 Bitcoins, what is that, $1 million? And Decent, we were part of them, I mean basically part of the marketing services. They collected maybe something like $5 million. Instant, another one that was like $600,000, $700,000. AppTrade and Sense are ongoing. Sense is coming up, starting here on the end of April. AppTrade is very much trying the crypto, but focusing more on the institutional investors. This is like the stock market of apps. You really need to have your mind with you in order to understand the whole concept. Yes. Oh yeah, I wanted to say also the block pay we did. I mean, those are 5% of the total tokens created that has been sold so far. The $1 million. They are coming out with the next ITO in June with the additional 95 as an auction style. So our crowdfunding solution is that we actually got something like 5% of the earnings or the value of that initial 5%, and we're doing the same with the next 95. So one can imagine that the revenues that Open Ledger is what can you say, achieving from this specific ITO alone, it can amount to quite a lot. And there's a whole idea, eventually we want to basically present Open Ledger crowdfunding as a unique company coming up in 2018. We expect basically to present it, well, in a nice way. Yeah, I will not go in and say too much about that yet. That's a secret. So we have AppTrade, just to emphasize a little what it is. It's a first business basically to create portfolios of apps on the blockchain. For an innovative investment opportunity, you have a new investment category, a new funding model. Basically what it says, list, incubate, and sell. And this video should also have worked.
Maybe we'll skip over the videos. I think we're shorter on time.
Yeah. So and then we have Sense, which is one of the ones I mentioned before. To give that as a short roundup here, what this is all about.
Next.
Can you do the next? We have the first universal gift card register placed on the blockchain. We have the first time gift card fraud is eliminated, and that's based on 2 patented solutions that they, what do they call it? The patent is still, how do you say, you have applied for the patent or something? Yeah, you placed the pending
provision.
Patent, yes. And the first time gift card identities are on the blockchain. With the Sense and the gift card, I'm sure everybody in the US knows all about how the gift cards are working, and the whole unique part of this is that you can take all your different all your gift cards, put it all together in one new token, and then go out and buy that Ferrari or you missed, yeah, maybe. But I know that women, this is based on a woman's idea. Basically, she found 35 gift cards in her purse, and the man said, wow, I mean, wouldn't that be nice to actually collect all those 35 into one lump sum amount of money and have something new? So that's what they did. Yes, so basically what we have here is a company which I would call, I mean, we've been building this since 2014, March. We started as a centralized exchange, and in 2015 in October, we started Open Ledger with the decentralized exchange, and then in 2016 we basically built the first businesses based on OBITs, which is then basically the official token of DC. We built BTSR, which is like an advertising credit connected to our Hub DSP, programmatic advertising service. And then we built the ICO, the digital token. It's actually, we would call that an equity-based token. We don't mind, because if ever we're going to go public with an IPO, this ICO will be, what can you say, anyone holding ICOs would actually be bought out with quite a nice amount. Or they would be asked, you need to give up identity. Because the point here is with all these assets is that they are all, what can you say, they're all anonymous as such until they want to cash out in fiat. We are a fiat gateway, we are a cryptocurrency gateway to Bitcoin, Dash, I mean all of the major ones. The fiat gateway is with the AML, a KYC, I mean compliances needed. So we do what we expect anyone should be doing, is of course take them when they want to cash out to real cash. And then we don't have to in Denmark, but we do it because we are, of course, we want to be there when anybody in Denmark together with the rest of the EU says, now we have a compliant ready solution for the entire world. So that's it. Thank you very much. How much time did I use for that?
Thank you, Ronny. Appreciate it very much.
You have it?
I mean, it demonstrates how many different things you could potentially do with blockchain. And you know, creating his own cryptocurrency, crowdfunding application, programmatic advertising, all under one roof. So,
and I have 6 children and a wife, so
for
imagine how much
everyone
time
you
they
saw
have.
here, there are hundreds and thousands of other companies launching applications on blockchain.
Yeah, and we have basically, at the moment, we have like 26, totally 40,000 people using that asset exchange at the moment. With the projects that is coming on, I mean, that is basically the way I believe is that you build the exchange based on the businesses you add on, rather than inviting people through clicks on the internet. They come, they check in, and they go out again, and then you have a fake total user base which you can't use for anything. So we believe that on this way we're building long and strong user base, and at one point it will just go explode, and that exchange is ready for the scalable activity, unlike so many other ones. Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
And any questions?
Yeah, questions for Ronny?
Did I answer them all?
I think that was a great presentation and a lot of information in it, but I think we're all starting to fade towards the end of the day. So we're gonna wrap up here. I want to thank Ronny.
There's
I
a
want to
question.
thank all of our speakers. Yeah,